Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to my channel, sorry I'm a few minutes late. We had a little bit of a storm here last night, so I was cleaning up in the backyard and I lost track of time. It's crazy weather in Florida. I had to have my air conditioner on during the day because it got so hot and now it's freezing out. It's like this weather is crazy. Florida winters are nuts, especially northern Florida. It's like every day, it's like you need your air conditioner and you need your heat because the weather goes like that. It's like bipolar. That's what it feels like. And, storms happen when it's like that. So it kind of makes sense, right? Like if Mother Nature has ups and downs like that, then, the storms happen because it's all of that energy. They say when the heat hits hits like water or hits like the cold at the same time, it creates storms like tsunamis. It can create like hurricanes. It can create, you know, and it's kind of like a person, right? When a person has like not emotionally balanced because they've been through traumatic experiences, and that could just be dated somebody that kept them ruminating all the time. Obviously if we're ruminating, we're not balanced because we're up in our head, right? So that's when we're going to be um, easily manipulated. We're easily triggered because, like I said, what keeps us balanced is being in the present moment, being in the now. So I wonder why I'm even talking about that. Because like right as I said that, I felt like you're connected to someone that likes to stir you up, that likes to trigger you. And mainly because they know that they've done a lot of like messed up things to you. And so when a person knows that they've done a lot of messed up things to you, they don't really want it to come out. So the way is to make you less credible. I don't know why I felt that. We're going to see why I felt that. Sometimes I just say things before a reading. I like to look at your energy first, not even relationship energy first. So, but I'm not in control of what comes out of my mouth. When it comes to readings, that is. Okay. So I always just like to try and look at what the energy that you need. And usually there's always a karmic theme or two. Like when you're single, even if you weren't dealing with anyone, we're always dealing with some sort of karmic lesson. So I always like to pull from a lot of different cards because that allows me to see things from a lot of different perceptions. And you are a multifaceted person. We're going to pull that. Okay. And then we're going to get real wild. I'm going to pull even pull from my deck. Give it a little bit of a different thing. Oh, two came out. So we're going to do it. And maybe I'm going to, there we go. And then one more deck. And we'll just see what comes out. Okay. Self-obsession, inferiority. A time for spirit. Working too hard. From death to rebirth. The power of 3. And then take time, all the time that you need to feel the situation out. Have compassion towards others that don't see things the way that you do. Say it's okay to say no. Take a walk out in nature. Consciously connect with Mother Earth. And this is have faith in your dreams. Your dreams need a practical plan. Emotions are running high. And then we got willpower. we got mercy, we got wisdom, and we got ecstasy. I kind of feel like right away, like, I don't feel like you're inferior, to be honest with you. I feel like you're coming into your own. But I do feel like you are connected to someone that is obsessively thinking about you. And it's because, again, we see self-obsession and inferiority. Like, and that's, this person is reflecting back how they treated you. And it's also like what you're doing. So what you're doing is you're not giving this person any attention at all. It's like I feel like you are putting your dreams like you're putting your energy into your dreams. Like, and that could be your job, it could be making money, it could be, again, it's somewhere where this person is not attached to. I feel like because for a long time you were ruminating on them and emotions did run high. Now I feel like this person's emotions are running high because, again, you're making them feel inferior. And like I said, you're making them look at their behavior. Self obsession is that. I feel like Spirit's saying you're trying to cut your energy from this person. And because you're trying to cut your energy from this person, there's a part of you that's like, I want my life to just start. I want something new to emerge because I don't want to, I kind of want to leave this person behind. And so, and understand this person knows that. Because it's almost like your willpower is the fact that you're like, no, I'm not going to like cave in. I'm going to continue to keep giving my energy to like myself. And Spirit says you can say no to this person. You can say no to other people, but there's a part of you that's like, I don't really trust myself and I want that new life to begin before this person comes back. Because I feel like you already know that this person's going to come back. So Spirit's saying it's time to like ground yourself because it's like, it's almost like this person gives you a lot of anxiety. And they give you anxiety because there's a part of this person that doesn't really want to give you what you want. And you know that. They just kind of want to come in and trip you up. They don't like the fact that they don't have a hold on you anymore. And that's what you know. So again, you're like, I want my life to start already. It's like, and so Spirit saying you're kind of working too hard, like trying to make something happen faster than it can go. And that's the thing. When we're on our path, the path unfolds while you're on it and it happens in divine time. So you can't actually make anything happen faster. And you don't want to do that because then you're no longer grounded. You're up in your head. So that's why you're being told connect to like the earth. Be grounded. In the moment, you get divine guidance and understand you'll actually have a little mercy for the person. I do feel because you're going to need to have a little bit of mercy for the person because you don't want that anger or that resentment to block you, which by the way, I forgot to pull the wound cards, but we'll pull them after. And Spirit saying it's like have compassion towards others that don't. And I just feel like that has to do with everything straight across the board, like with work, and I say that only because you may have some great ideas to bring into fruition, but you don't, like, you need a constructive plan is what Spirit says. It's like you need to like sit down and figure out, where is that card? Your dreams need a practical plan. There it is. Like, so Spirit's saying it's like that. So I feel like emotions are running high because you want things to happen fast and you don't want this person to come towards you. And there is a lot of like pent up anger and resentment for how this person treated you. There's a part of this person that also knows that, you're going to leave them behind and all that. And so, like I said, their emotions are running high because they know that they treated you bad, but I feel like this person doesn't really know how to come back and, what are they going to say for how they treated you? It's like you're too on a higher vibration for them at this point. They can't just pop up on you and be like, hey, like that's not going to work. Like nothing really is going to work. And the thing is you're standing in your power where you're not just caving and pretending that didn't happen. So you're making this person feel inferior, but that's because, hey, they were inferior to begin with. That's why they treated you the way that they did. So, it's like, but I do believe that there's still a connection between you and this person. You know, and I wouldn't even show them that I was hurt, because in that there's a part of this person that they just want to continue to have hold of you and still like have access to you. And that's what and spirit says it's a time for spirit, which means that when you're becoming yourself, don't try and rush and try and make things happen. Spirit says because you're not really in charge of how you get there, or the timing of how things. It's a time for spirit. So part of you needs to become more balanced. It's not all about working. The power of three, I feel like, is about trying to get with other people, like connecting to other people as well. If we just have one friend that we talk to and we're always working, we're trying to make something happen and we're afraid that this person's going to come back, but we still have an emotional connection to them. And the emotions are high on both parties for different reasons. Spirit saying that, connecting with another person or a group of people is going to help you. And that will also help you to create your life, because whenever you're trying to become yourself, that whether it's to run your own business, to join a hobby, an interest, well, you meet people and that opens up a new life for you. When you see the same person all the time, well, Spirit's saying, then your third eye can't really open up. Your third eye opens up when you can imagine a scenario. You can't imagine anything if it's the same thing. The spirit says, and what you're not, if you're not grounded and you're imagining that this person's going to come back and they're going to come back and trip you up, then guess what? They're going to trip you up. Or you can like get grounded and then connect to other people. And again, know that whatever is happening is happening in divine time. And Spirit says, you already know. But if you need to take the time that you need to feel into the situation and then give it your best response for yourself. And that best response for yourself is going to come from the moment and the now, which is, again, when you get that divine guidance. But it's also like, it's about honoring yourself. It's like, it's not about being reactionary, where you react, which happens from trauma, and that's what actually will trip you up. It's about, saying what you need to say. Because I feel like, yes, this connection needs to die in order for there to be a rebirth within your life. I believe that. It's like, does this person doesn't want the relationship to die, but it already has died. They would like for it to again, like be born again per se, and spirit saying they're not really 100% balanced, obviously. And so, believe it or not, we can get ecstasy not just through like that passionate relationship. We can get ecstasy from actually living a life that's full of passion and fun and exhilarating to different experiences, is what spirit's saying. It's like, yes, most people think of ecstasy as like, oh, like it's sexual fantasies. But I feel like it's just like a bliss. It's a bliss. And spirit's saying, yes, it's like that is to know the difference. And I feel like you have the wisdom already. Part of you, when you are on your path, if someone already doesn't make you feel good and you're trying to create something and it needs a practical plan, then it obviously needs to be grounded. The one way that this person can trip you up is to come in and emotionally throw you off, which they've been able to do in the past, is what Spirit's saying, or they have felt that they have been. So this is the information, because things are happening for you. Also, like you're trying to manifest something. I'm going to look at the wounds. Then we're going to see what this person's actually going to do. I'm going to pull 3. control wounds, forgiveness blocks, and emotional repression blocks. Well, understand like this person, I do feel like it's all about their control. I'm not gonna lie. And this is a wound of yours, being around people that like to control. They see that that's the thing. I feel like you at one time did not have a high self-esteem. You didn't feel good about yourself. And then the thing is that you're able to manifest things. And then people see what you do, and then they want to come in and they want access. And they want access of your energy, and that could have been if even family, like being brought up by a parent that was extremely controlling. Then that trauma played out within relationships. And so this person is also, I believe, controlling because they're not doing it in a physical way. They're going to do it emotionally, they're going to do it psychologically. That's psychological warfare. And so there's a sense of you not being able to express your feelings because, hey, they would either go unnoticed or, like they weren't important. So, and the way that a person would do that again is through psychologically making you feel like, that it was you, and then emotionally manipulating you. So a whole lot of gaslighting where you learn that it's not safe to be vulnerable. It's not safe to, express your needs. So there's a lot of internalizing of, your thoughts, but stress being with someone that doesn't allow you to express yourself means that they're emotionally not available, that they can't handle it. They're going to twist your feelings and your needs against you. And I feel like these were wounds that feel like you were brought up with. And so there's that forgiveness block. Like, I don't want to forgive. Not so we have to look at your inner child wounds first, which normally I wouldn't do, but I feel like it's making us. And the reason why is because forgiveness is often a theme that continues to play out. So what needs to be integrated? Well, then we're going to see what this person's going to do. But we want to see first, like, what were the inner child wounds? Why did we attract this person into our life? What is it that we need to learn? Aside from like forgiveness, because forgiveness means again that you're forgiving people that really don't deserve it. They deserve grace, is what Spirit's saying. It's like that they don't deserve it because they knew how they treated you. Well, they made you feel unworthy. They didn't make you feel safe. They neglected you. So that's the same thing. Like a devaluing is what Spirit's saying. And so, which these are your inner child wounds. So, and where Spirit's saying, well, when you don't create yourself as a child, well, then you never find the wonders in you, the wonders of the world. What do you think triggers the imagination? As a child, children have dreams, and that's when, that child, if they feed that dream and they can stay on that course, they become the best at whatever it is, because it takes a lifetime to create yourself. Like an Olympic player didn't just become that. They took all their time, all their energy, and they became it, and they became it, and they fed it. And they fed it by joining things, and they met other colleagues, and they were interactive, and that's how it's done. Spirit saying, and it's not an overnight thing. That's why person started when they were 4, now they're 18, and they're like, wow, you're amazing. It's like that, because that's, if you do something for that long, you're going to be amazing. It's like, because Spirit says you weren't able to do that. Not if you were neglected, not if you were made to feel unworthy and not safe, is what Spirit says. So you didn't go out and play. Children go out and play. So you might not even remember your childhood, is what Spirit says. You don't even remember part of it. Doesn't mean that you don't remember going to your friend's house here or there, or when you rode your bicycle once or twice. There's chunks of your childhood that are missing due to that. So children need to, again, have that support. They have to go out and play, find themselves. So Spirit says there's a part of you that still needs to go out and play and find yourself, because that's the child self. And this person doesn't want you to do that. They're like, oh, no, 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 let me come in here and this again. Let me be that way. And Spirit says, no. No, they might even come in like a friend, where as a child you might have depended a lot on your friends because the house that you grew up in didn't really make you feel safe. And then what happened is that those friends disrespected you over time. What you saw is that they were there, but then they treated you a certain way because you didn't have family and because you leaned on them too much. And then that's what happens. People then think, well, you need me. And so I feel like that affected relationships, that affected trust. That again is what told you, well, I really can't, I only have me to depend on, is what Spirit's saying, because it's not just a relationship that trauma will play out in. It's actually any relationship. And when it's a close friend, it's just as bad as if it was like family member. It's someone close that you shared intimate things with, that you shared. So it's again, that betrayal will play out. It's a wound, and the which makes you not feel good or safe within you, because you're like, why would people do this? And the Spirit saying, we look at more wounds. And Spirit saying it's like fear of success and blocks second chakra. And the second chakra is all about your unique identity. It's again the passion for life. We go with the flow of life through our passion for life. Your passion is your flavor, what makes you you, the essence of your life. And so understand, when a parent is very controlling, well, then guess what? You don't get to really create yourself. Because again, children go out and they play and they get their own ideas and their own identity, usually from their friends, but nevertheless, they're still finding what it is. Yes, children will copy each other, but then they also tend to like find what they like eventually. I would say probably by like the third or fourth grade, they're like, oh, I have pretty much see what I like, whether that's I like trains. I like, I remember my nephew, I think it was like in the second grade, actually, second or third grade, it was like everything trains, everything trains, everything trains. And so that's your identity, how people would like know you. Oh, that person always dances. Again, the essence of you, not when a parent raises you and they make you feel unworthy and they make you feel like you're nothing because they neglect you, because they don't make you feel safe. Spirit says, then you are in a place of fear, and that's why you have chunks of your childhood missing, where you're like, I just don't remember that. The Spirit says, that's your mind. So the fear of success is really like a fear that you might not be able to achieve success. Like, what are you going to do with it? Shows up as self-sabotage. Well, this person being with that person would be self-sabotage, Spirit says, just for the record. And procrastination or resisting potential may stem from fear of responsibilities, or, and that, or changes success brings rooted in beliefs that you're unworthy. Didn't I just say that? And that's connected to this person. They would for sure make you feel unworthy. And that was your childhood wound of growing up in an environment where they made you feel unworthy. So Spirit's saying that is what we're digging out right now. That's the spiritual test. And so Spirit, that's why I said we haven't even looked to see what this person's going to do yet. Well, that's what Spirit says. This is what it is. And so that's like fear of that leads to pressure, isolation, and unwanted attention, where like that's like, again, this fear of being seen bad, this fear of not being where Spirit says, no, you heal that by becoming yourself. It's not in the relationship. because you'll never be able to heal the relationship wound until you heal yourself. And so you become yourself. And that means you're going to meet new people and be brought to different places and then form your own identity of what you like and what you don't like. And then you meet people along the way that actually resonate with your energy. This person does not resonate with your energy, is what Spirit's saying. They're karmic. And that's why, again, they're so self obsessed because, like, what am I going to do? Hey, Carol. And that's what that is. So Spirit's saying, let's see what let's see what the hidden truths are first. Because that's things that they're hiding, like that they know, but they're not going to share that, Where is that deck? Because I like that deck because it's like pulling from like a middle of the road. Anything can come out. If I could find the deck. Here they are. Here you are. I want to know what the hidden truths are. Then I want to know what this person's going to do. And then how to alchemize the energy. Okay, so the hidden truths are, I wish I could take my words back. I feel like this person downplayed the connection. Like you might have like called them out on their behavior and they will like downplayed their connection to you or acted like, oh, you're making like a big deal out of it, or it really doesn't matter, or tried to, gaslight you. I'm grateful for the spiritual lesson. I feel like that's because this person never thought that they could have a connection with anybody. Here for a good time, not a long time, never really cared. And that's the thing. What this person sees is, well, I must really like you, because normally if you say something to them and they come back at you, they, really care about the consequences. The fact that they have like consequences about it shows this person that they really have feelings, and that, it's also like that you're not going to just agree with everything that they say. I feel like this person can treat people bad and disrespect them, and people will put up with it. And it's because maybe they have a good job, or it's the way that they just come across. They might be a boss or something where they hold themselves in this way that people just kind of put up with it, where you're like, I don't give a shit who you are or what you have. You will not talk to me that way. You will not, you will not disrespect me. And I'm not upset about it. I'm going to just call you out on your behavior and then entertain somewhere else. I regret lying to you. And that's the same thing, like where this person, again, they regret what they said. They regret how they treated you. I wish I could share my good news with you. I can't stop thinking about you. So again, this person like wants a friendship. I feel like they're like, they're changing their life. And I don't know, for some, this person might have been like connected to someone else. And then, they're moving out. They're changing their life. I hope that you can forgive me one day. And so this is what I am afraid to contact you. It was my fault and I blamed you. Yeah, I feel like this person was connected to someone. That's what I keep feeling. But not somebody that they really wanted to be in a connection with. And I feel like they said that they were getting a divorce, or they were already divorced, and I feel like they wanted to do that, but the ball didn't start rolling yet. The ball has actually rolled now. That's why they regret lying to you. But when they met you, I feel like they weren't really sure whether they wanted that divorce or not. They kind of wanted their cake and eat it too, is what I'm feeling. And so anything that you would say to them, like, hey, I don't think that you're treating me right, or why can't we do this? Like, you would challenge this person, because you're like, you're not really treating me the way that I want to be treated. And, then they twisted everything around. Like, this wasn't a relationship. They really didn't care. Oh, you're a difficult person. But meanwhile, they're hiding something. And the thing is, I don't think that this person thought that they were going to care. The thing is, they care, is what the Spirit's saying. So many things remind me of you. Like this person that has you on their mind 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. I remember every detail of that day and of the last day that you might have talked to them, or I feel like for some of you, you might have hooked up with this person, and it's the way that like you made them feel, like it was effortless, like it was like you were like their person. And it's like they didn't see it, they didn't respect it, they devalued it. And now it's like, well, first of all, I am happy that I could actually have that type of connection. That's this person. It's like a spiritual thing. So, that's a big thing for this person because I don't think they ever experienced anything like this type of relationship before. But and also the fact that you'll stick up for yourself to a person that thinks who they are, that people would normally again bow down to them. And the fact that you're not bowing, is respectful because it shows that you're holding, that you respect yourself. And the fact that this person actually cares, like I said. So they're very uncomfortable right now because they can't stop thinking. I want to pull from another deck and see, well, is they going to do anything about it, or like what's going to happen? Not that you should take this person back easily. If you take this person back, I always say you should never take a person back easily, because if a person disrespected you, then, they have to earn their way to come back. There's so much I want to tell you. Like, I feel like this person is going to tell you like what happened and, what they did and how they played it, because they feel like that's the only way that they can, that's the only way that they'll be able to move forward. It's almost like I have feelings. I didn't think I'd have feelings. You know, I'm really changing my life now. I wish I didn't lie. I'm full of regret. Like I really can't let go of this energy. I really like have regrets. And I really have nothing to lose. I just don't think that they're confident enough yet to reach out. But what this is leading up to is that this person really wants to like say something. I will find my way back to you one day. Didn't I say? I said they're not ready yet because they're working through things, because this person knows that they ruined everything. There was someone interfering in our relationship. Didn't I tell you? I had a feeling. I was like, but it's so secondary. It's almost like this person acted like that person didn't even exist. And I think in their mind, they were like, yeah, we lived together, but the relationship was dead for a long time, that it doesn't really matter. But it does matter, because if you're still married to somebody, then that person is going to could give you a hard time, number one. And number two, it's like, well, then you're not respecting me. It's saying that I'll settle for nothing while someone else gets the benefits of actually being with you. That security, which remember, that came up, like you weren't protected growing up. You were made to feel unworthy. If you were connected to somebody that was connected to somebody else and they were giving that person the loyalty, which is what made you again feel unworthy. So Spirit's saying, no, that's why this person's like, please be patient with me. And I think that when it comes down to it, that this person's afraid of commitment. They would have a problem even with you. It's like whatever happened in their previous relationship, they never did any healing. So the thing is, they never planned on getting a divorce. They were never planning on really leaving that situation. I believe that situation just happened, not even because of them, because of the other person. And that's the thing. So now they're looking to come back, and they're going to say that they're really sorry. I'm so sorry. They're going to say, I love you. But understand, you're going to hold to a certain standard. And that's the thing, because, they do think the world of you. However, you're intimidating to this person. And that's the thing. They're already intimidated. They started the reading, that's how it started. And that's because you didn't get cave in. You didn't like say that it's okay. I don't know. Maybe this person thought that they were just going to throw you a breadcrumb or something, and that, you'd come running back. Maybe they did that a few times, and what they see is that that's not really happening. It's like, the thing is, it's like it took them a long time to realize that they had feelings for you. And that's the thing. It's like, and I feel like it's because you hold to a certain standard. So I still have growing to do, and understand they have financial problems right now. So this is why they feel like they need time, but they just getting out of a relationship. And so even though you are always on their mind, there's a part of this person that doesn't really know what they want. And that's because they're leaving a relationship. Their natural way to be is to be uncommitted, to not they but they like to still have somebody, is what it looks like. The relationship went dead. There, you met this person, you met a version of them that didn't exist, because it was someone that was actually home, that was doing stuff. Now I feel like that person is no longer there. So, but the whole time that they were connected to that person, they were checking on you. But this person, like I said, they like to not really be committed to anyone. They gave into temptation, and that's what happened. I feel like this person was going to leave. They told you that they were going to leave, and then they either hooked back up with that person, which was on and off type of bad relationship. This person doesn't really want to be committed. And so, do they have a connection to you? Yes. But I don't see them do the work. And that's the issue. I see a person that, is now their life is falling apart, and they're like looking at you. And now they're looking at how they treated you. And then what they see is they really don't have a way to come back into your life, because that they really destroyed the connection, is what it is. But this person is going to try and come back anyway into your life. But understand, are they going to give you what they want? They don't know. They don't know, because this person's not healed. So in their mind, do they think that they have feelings for you? Yes, they feel like you're that person. Now you're the one that's going to fix it all. Now you're that person, which is you're the supply person. But what you see is that this person's natural way of being is not to be committal. And that's how you met this person. That's how they were to the previous person that they pretended that they weren't in a relationship with, or that they were on their way out of a relationship with, never really planned on leaving that person. That person that's connected to them pulled the plug, is what I'm feeling. Because it's like now they're changing their life, but I don't think that this person really wanted to be like, was strong enough to do that. Or if they were strong enough to do it, they made you wait. There was a sense of like going back and forth and humming and hawing, and not really, knowing what to do one way or the other for a little bit of time, which means that they treated you like an option, just for the record. And so understand, they're going to say again that you're their soulmate. They're going to say that, and I do believe you're a past life karmic mate, which is a soulmate. And I also believe the previous person was. So they're going to say that. And that's the thing. And they're like, again, there's this emotional force that they still have, but they always have it. But what it's saying here is that karma's a bitch. I feel like the wheel is turned, and being that there's consequences for the way that they treated you. And that's what they don't want, because that other person pulled the plug. So now it's like, let me run to you. But I feel like you're not going to take this person back, is what it looks like. there's part of you again. No, it said that you're in a place of inner child healing, and this is moving going to move this person into a place of inner child healing. It's like you're taking a break from it. You're not thinking about it one way or the other. You're doing healing work, and I don't feel like you take this person back. I feel like that's their karma, and it puts this person into a place of like timeout. Like, now what? Now what am I going to do? Because again, they're not committal anyway, but there's a sense of no, they're gonna come back, and they're gonna come back in the spring, is what Spirit's saying. And they're gonna make it like, again, like, let's try and fix it. Like I said, they're gonna want to fix it. They're gonna want to heal the connection. And Spirit is just saying, because part of them they know that they broke the connection. They know that it would be them, but now the problem is that this person is lost. They're lost. They don't know who they are. They don't know who they are without that person that was doing anything, and they don't know who they are without you. Because again, and that now they're gonna have nobody. So having nobody, like when they thought that they had so many options. And I feel like what it is like this person just, I think that they thought that they were gonna avoid, the consequences. And there's a part of them that's taken so long to come back because the fear of what you would say to them, like that you would say, like, can be extremely accurate and know that they're deserving of it. But I feel like they have tried to avoid that for a long time. It's like because they knew that this situation that they're in was not really a good situation. I just feel like it was a karmic situation. It was a toxic connection. And this person kept saying that were going to leave. They really were not going to leave. They thought that they were going to, have their cake and eat it too. I'm going to stay with this person that I've been with and, just carry on relationships. Though they did meet someone that had an energetic connection, and that was you. So now, again, they're going to come back, and there's really going to be no one in their life, but I feel like it won't be hard for this person to dig up people because there was always people on the back burner. It's just they're not going to give the way that karmic did or what they know that you would have. And that's the thing. They're lower hanging fruit. I don't even believe that karmic was a bad person. I think that karmic was someone that was with this person for a long time and put up with a lot of betrayal, put up with a lot of anger to the point that this person was real cocky. They just thought, oh, they would never fall. They would continue to be able to act the way that they are. So, they're a typical narcissist where they're like, ooh, this is I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to really lay it on thick and I'm going to like try and fix this and try and repair it now. And but understand it's not really for the right reasons. Relationships are something that happens over time. Trust is something that happens over time. And this person did, like, even if it wasn't you that they betrayed, they still betrayed that karmic right in front of you, which shows you that that's who they are. You know what I mean? It's like if they could do it to that person, they're going to do it to you. That's that people that don't think that are delusional. It's like because it's a way that person's like, as soon as a relationship gets real, and if a person doesn't spend the time to nurture you, to get to know you, on an emotional level, well then, and we saw that already, like you grew up with that, the neglect. You grew up with someone making you feel like it wasn't safe to be vulnerable. This person would do the same. They're selfish. And that's what they displayed, but with not you 100% because you didn't allow it, but with that karmic. And that's why Spirit's saying it's, again, karmic test. A karmic test. But if you ask this person, they're going to really display that they really care a lot about you. And they're going to say that they changed. And they're going to say all these things. Understand what changed is their situation. So they have changed because of their situation. However, have they done enough work to change where you would be happy? No. That's the difference. So just like the devil, like kind of, leaving information out, trying to manipulate the environment so that, a lot of times went by. Spirit says this was an important relationship because it helped you do like the integration that you needed from previous wounds of neglect and, being made to feel not safe and to be around people like of this character. So it was a difficult relationship because you had to heal fragmented parts of self. And so those fragmented parts of self make it difficult to live successful lives because what happens is that we get stuck in a loop where it's like, oh, we keep attracting the same type of people that make us feel the same way, unworthy. And we're like, I don't do anything. Why am I attracting like this narcissistic person? And Spirit says, because it was fragmented energy there. And so, you need to envision a brighter future that like you see your own genius. You don't even know your worth, Spirit says. And we go back to the second chakra, which Spirit said you had a wound in that second chakra, your essence, because again, remember it was oppressed. It was you were controlled. So understand now this is still the second chakra that we flow with grace. I mean, we don't have control over our environment and people in the environment. However, we have control over ourselves. So we can go with the flow of life when we're in the passion for life. And Spirit says that is how you show for your strength. That's how you step into your real power. That's how you're able to rise above so that you see, like, again, things with a different perception. You elevate your perception to look at things more from a spiritual perspective. And Spirit says, now it's about like going into uncharted waters, evoke your curiosity about life, about yourself, about, everything. Well, you don't even know everything there is about you. And that's why that happened. Because when there's pieces of your childhood that you just don't remember, hey, well, you were supposed to be creating memories and experiences there. And so what's there and taking place? Well, just nothing. Spirit says there would never be nothing because the brain would say, then you're dead. What would still be there is feeling unworthy, feeling not good enough, feeling those experiences where Spirit says you needed to integrate the spiritual lesson where you're like, no, I am good enough. Thank you. And that's not by entertaining you and putting the energy into myself, Spirit says. And that's by going out into the world and evoking my curiosity to see the different things that are available to me, that resonate with me, what I like, what I want to do. Not somebody holding me down, not someone controlling me, which is what this person would like to do, not someone that acts like I'm their property, like this person would love to do. It's that I'm whole. It's like, and I'm deserving, and I'm gonna like live the life that I want to live. And the Spirit says that's why you went through the situation. It was those wounds that needed to be healed. Now, once you heal them, it doesn't mean that, oh, well, no one ever comes into my life that tries to make me feel unworthy. Understand that people will come into your life and make you feel that way. The difference is you spot it. You don't entertain it. You see it by like the first day or 2 days or first, like how, like not months on end, not enough to build the emotional connection of, I fantasize that you're this person because I see the potential in you instead of, no, I really see who you are, that you're not strong enough. I intimidate you. So you like to play games. And someone that is so easily intimidated would never be able to hold to my vibration. So they would want to control me. They would want to sabotage me. And that would be self-sabotaging behavior from me, which is actually a wound that you had. So Spirit saying, which saying that you feel unworthy because you were conditioned to make you feel unworthy. So it's not that it's intentional. Spirit says it's now time to see the goodness in yourself. Refine your character and overcome your difficulties by remaining positive. You calm your heart and you illuminate your intellect to transform shadow into light, which is what you did here. And you consciously manifest goodness in around you and you improve the qualities for the benefit of all. And that's what you're doing, because when you're in like a relationship like that, you're not really benefiting anybody. This person needs to do the healing, is what spirit says. Someone that wants to control you and dominate you and wanted to sit there on the fence and really didn't want to make a choice. It was that karmic that made the choice. And that's why you also need to make the choice, because this person thought that they were going to sit on the fence and somebody was going to make the choice. It wasn't going to be them. And then, at the end of the day, they still wouldn't have made a choice. They would have probably still tried to be with both of you, ran back and forth. And that's what that karmic knew. They finally got to the point where they're like, this is what it is with you. I got your number. And that's why this person's like, oh, I waited a long time to come back to you. Well, they never had any intention of coming back to you. Now they're coming back because that person is no longer in their life. And that's why they're going to say, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And that's why you got to be like, don't be, don't be. Spirit says it's the time that you release them. Even pulled that release. It's just time that you let them go. You should be, because this person is like thought maybe because there was never closure, that they can weasel themselves way in. Just tell them that the disrespect was a closure enough for you. I'm going to leave that there. Let me know how you resonate. And I will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.